Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to SpeedForce Racing. After a hard, tired day at college, I'm happy to be taking you through tonight's proceedings. My name is JB, and the hills are alive with the sound of music, or is it the sound of the V6 hybrids? Well, either way, we're here in Austria, and it's going to be an interesting and a fantastic time. But first, let's have a look at what happened last week. Last week was obviously France, and last week T. Jonas took his first win since Australia, and that was a brilliant time to see. And Smelly Badger, who Ice Bolt finished P2 and Smelly Badger finished in P3, as I remember how to read. So let's have a look at the Drivers' Championship, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? Tonight we have T. Jonas right off the bat of his win in P1 ahead of Ice Bolt in P2. Then there's Lee now in P3 and Farfborough in P4. Diaboosh in P5 and Smelly Badger in P6. Game of Things in P7 and Wideload Billy in P8. Matey Boy in P9 and The Devil's Armpit in P10. Invader Zippo in P11 and Blood and Sands in P12. The Pirate in P13 and Sigurd in P19. Just Mikey is in P15 and Racing Pod is in P16. Alson Senegal, Spark Bobster, Blazmac and, as I try and move everything, C. Pasley are still yet to score, but they are down in 17th, 18th and 19th. So, a little bit more SpeedForce news for you. If you haven't seen, ladies and gentlemen, there was a video that went up the other day. That video was the Formula Classics, which is our Classic series. And that was a brilliant race, very opening season. And it's brilliant to see everyone who participated, including myself. So yes, my return to racing went rather well. If you haven't seen the video, I won't spoil it for you. So just to let you know, unfortunately, though, there was a little bit of an issue with footage from last night's race. So we will not be seeing that video showing last night's race in the Formula Classics, which is unfortunate. But to be fair, it's Baku. So, you know, we're going to be heading over to the track a little bit early, 2 minutes early, and it's going to be fun to see how all the drivers in. I will have a co-commentator later on. He's just having his dinner because, you know, Mr. Bentley has to. AJ will be joining us later on in the session as we head over to qualifying now. Oh, it's going to be fantastic. And the premiere, obviously, if you watched premiere last week, there was quite a little debacle, but that will all be sorted out, and it will be expanded more into next stream afterwards. So I'm just gonna look at my message and see if I got anything from AJ. So we're at Austria, which is obviously a very short track. 60% of the track is DRS dependent. It's fantastic. And here he is, Mr. Bentley's just walked through the commentary box. I didn't have to tie you up tonight.
No, that's true. I was just finishing a sandwich.
Are you sure you weren't at the bar? Because I heard Red Bull had the open bar because it's the home Grand Prix.
I don't know. Is that a joke or?
Bit of both. Did you get the invites? Tell me you got some invites.
Some invites to what?
The session.
The bar? The session?
Yes.
What are we talking about?
Invites to the session.
Yeah.
I didn't send you any.
Yeah, no, I'm in the session.
Thank God, I was sat there thinking, oh God, what have I forgotten?
No. Zip always sends me invites. He's good like that.
Yeah, okay, right. So, off to a strong start already.
Yeah,
it's Austria. Yes.
Oh
Oh no! It's exactly what I know Lee and Zippo didn't want, which is a wet qualifying session with intermediates. Oh dear.
Yeah. Prepare to be inbounding with messages.
Yep, I'm literally looking now. I've got my phone open. I'm waiting for it. Toro Rosso, obviously, to the team I was signed for before I retired again. They'll be getting about a few angry messages in a second. The last message I got was, oh yeah, here it is. Wet to dry race, okay, and Lee's reaction is balls. And Zippo's is many different letters. As you see, championship leader T. Jonas already slipping out of his pit box. I think slipping is the right... that's perfect.
This should be very interesting.
It definitely should do. So, T. Jonas out on track. Austria, as I was just saying before AJ turned up, 60% of the lap now is DRS here with 3 DRS zones, and it's brilliant for a lot of overspeed up here into turn 3, which is obviously, if you plant the power too early in the dry, you're going for a spin. Imagine it in the wet. AJ, just give us some more facts about Austria, you know, as you're a much better driver than me.
Austria, in terms of track layout, there's quite a lot of slow corners that you have to kind of wait for the car to grip up and turn around before you can kind of turn into them. There's quite a lot of sweeping corners at the back end of the track. So it goes from a lot of stop-start corners in the first part to a lot of sweeping faster corners in the second part. So your downforce levels at the rear must be quite high, but also the downforce level at the front must be quite low because of the fact that you want less drag down straight. So it is very tricky to set your car up for a track like this, definitely.
Especially with a wet to dry race as well. I mean, knowing it's going to be dry later on in the race as Sigurd's left for session, you must be thinking, okay, at this point I've got to be able to run a dry setup in this condition. And it's not raining too heavily. It's about the same level we had at the end of France qualifying, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I'd say it was pretty similar to that. It's been raining for quite a few races now, hasn't it?
Yeah, we're reincorporating our name. SpeedForce Raining is back, ladies and gentlemen.
That's cool. That's very in depth. But yeah, I think just keeping low amount of throttle through the slower corners.
Oh, T-Jonas.
T-Jonas is a bit wrong through there, but yeah, just making sure that you're not sliding off the track because you don't want to be ruining these tyres or any of your car as well.
Ah, okay. I've had some new information because our friend Zippo doesn't know how to write. He's just sent me a request, not a request, an augmented weather forecast, wet qualifying, dry race. So, okay. This has just got more interesting. Here is the Pirate who's in Sector 2 now, after T-Jonas set the earlier lap of a 1:14.5. Though, I tell you what, it'd be about, what, nearly 20 seconds slower if it had been in dry.
Yeah, definitely. 20 seconds faster, you mean?
That's it.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, this also helps with the unpredictability of what tyres to use for the first stint of a race between ultra soft and super soft, which one's the best. But I'm guessing most of them will start on either the super soft tyre or the soft tyre, so that they can one stop and they can kind of go to the end of the race.
It definitely will be interesting. Well, the Pirate sets a 1:14.7. It seems the times are starting to tumble. Spark Bobster's initial lap was not brilliant, but you know, I don't think he did. I don't think he's done much practice for this race. Here's Blazmak. I'll tell you what, though, I'm going to sit here and just reveal, if none of you know me, outside of the streams, I do have bright blue hair right now, so I'm supporting Toro Rosso without even trying. Oh, Sector 2, what's that? T-Jonas going even faster, though, with 1:13.9. We knew there was potential in his lap after we saw that little mistake, but he seems to be able to catch it very well.
Yeah, definitely, and I think it's important that the lap times are falling now, so it's obviously getting less and less wet, and there's more of a groove in the track. But also, the more that you go around on these tyres, the more they kind of grain into the track, so it means that you can get better grip from them, and they'll have warmed up a little bit more. So,
well,
yeah,
better grip as we've just seen the Ferrari of Diabush go completely off track, but he's able to caught it back.
Oh, he's still got it, just... I think he's overheated those by spinning the car up. You can't really do a full spin if he's lost at 180 on this track or on these tyres because of the fact that they will just overheat completely.
Isley now coming through the final corner and onto the straight, and that is P6 for the Toro Rosso driver, Italian outfit.
1:14.5, just 6/10 off T-Jonas at the front. So, yeah, not a bad lap time from him.
See, I think Diabush is preparing for the laps around Silverstone with that lap. I'm going to get shot later.
As long as it's not a Silverstone lap like I had.
What, you mean a 1 minute 9 seconds?
Yeah.
That was the funniest reaction I've ever had to such a bad. I tell you what, if anyone wants to know what I'm talking about, I'll DM you later if you DM me. And as Farfbro takes provisional pole position, it was the funniest thing. I think there was some sort of lag detection, wasn't there? And you got kicked out of the lobby, and you came back in. Yeah, and your AI.
And then I managed to do a 109 for some reason. So that hacks for you.
You missed the entire. What you did, right? You came through the village loop, and you actually you took the shortened track.
Oh yeah, is that what I did? Was it?
I'm sure it was.
I also managed to win that race in third. It was quite the spectacle.
Tell you what though, Icebolt has got a bit of traffic ahead of him in the form of Blasmac, and it'd be interesting to see how Blas approaches this. Obviously, Ice being on a quick lap, I don't know if Blas is himself. It doesn't look like he is.
Looks like Farfbro's having another bite of the cherry here. Going through the last couple of corners in the next few seconds. And we'll go back down that main straight. Just trying to get as close to the apex as possible. Running a little bit wide there, clipping that. Oh, and he's hit the yellow speed hump in the middle of that corner, and it shot him off straight over the line. So I think he'll have invalidated that lap time.
If anything, it wouldn't have been a good one with jumping over that. Something we have noticed is that Sigard has left the session but has not come back yet. Hopefully that changes soon. But yes, it's going to be interesting. And I think in the last 5 minutes, I'll send you out and do a little qualifying lap with them. Do it in the last remnants of the session.
Well, that'll be a little bit of fun, I think.
Especially around here. Oh, another message in chat.
I just hope the person that I follow on board actually ends up doing a lap rather than I think the last time I did that was in Canada and ended up spinning off at P2.
Oh, can I just?
And you come round the second corner. Oh, and you spin off apparently.
Who's that? You, was that?
No, that was someone else I was on board with at the time.
Oh, was it? So I was too busy laughing at Kazim. Sorry, I believe this is someone dear to Diabush, because I'm going to read this out on stream and really embarrass him. Ready?
Oh,
Diabush best do well with the wheel tonight, because he's on his wheel for the first time. Managed to convince him.
Okay.
That's all I've had for days is talk about that wheel. And that's from Kazim Baker. Alright, Dyer. You got the weight of Wales on you now tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
The Ferrari driver. I'll tell you what, I don't think Ferrari's ever had a Welsh Ferrari driver. She just said that she's going to get killed by him. Oh, great.
Eddie Irvine was Welsh, was Irish, wasn't he?
Yeah, Eddie Irvine was Irish. Oh, Dyer's lost it! Dyer's in the wall and he's out of qualifying!
That's it.
Well, there you go, Kazim. He's got a chance to go for you now.
Yeah.
Oh, the Ferrari just lost it on the curb.
The weight of the wheel was apparently on the Ferrari as well.
iSport's looking at super soft tyres. And I tell you what, the rain has stopped.
It has, yeah. You're totally right.
So we've got the ugly situation.
Like 113.3, didn't see that.
Oh yeah. Matey Boy is remarkably quick recently, but I don't think that lap time's going to hold off much longer. I think Devil's Armpit has definitely got the wrong idea with his tyre choice.
Yeah, Smelly Badger also in a 130.6. He's put himself in third position.
Ooh, I tell you what though, right? So people coming out now, so Billy, Pirate, and Blasmac, they're coming out at possibly the wrong time, aren't they? With the change of tyres definitely coming, they're coming out possibly the wrong time, aren't they?
Yeah, it seems like the wet's just completely gone, or it's going very quickly. You see they're going over to the wrong part of the track just to find some wet patches to keep the tyres cool on, because of the fact that, yeah, it looks like they're overheating, especially coming out of corners. I'm riding on with Blasmac at the minute. He just looks like he's all over the place on these tyres. Yeah,
I was just looking at Bout Power, and he's got nothing. He can't even stop the car at this point.
Yeah, I think it is about time to go onto the super soft tyre, which is what T-Jonas has done.
Oh, championship leader. Tell you what, it's remarkable he's championship leader after just 2 wins, one in Australia, the opening round, and one in France last week. So remarkable that he's able to stay up.
Yeah, I mean, it shows how close the field is. It doesn't necessarily mean that wins are the best way of actually winning the championship. It might be just getting podiums, just getting those average points every week will top up to the higher amount.
Definitely will do. And something I will notice is that he's still wearing his Remembrance Day helmet from another racing league that races on Saturday, and I commentate on, and they did all Remembrance Day helmets. And you were there, AJ. Did you win that race?
No, I wasn't there.
No, you weren't there. You weren't there.
I didn't win that race. Honey won that race. Although I heard about the upset, I've watched the stream, but yeah, no, that's the one I missed because I was helping my parents move house.
Oh, that's spoilers. Alsan Senegal pulling back into the pit lane, obviously making a mistake on tyre choice.
Yeah, Alsan Senegal Farfba did that. I think one other.
The Pirates continued on. I tell you what, though, on this track, he's only 5/10 down on his original time. That is not bad.
See, John's first sector he's done an 18.0. I think that's quite a bit faster than DRS has enabled. It's definitely dry tyres now.
Definitely is. I've just received a little message from Dyer, our friend in Wales. It's very, very short, very simple. Where's my controller?
At least he's got a sense of humour about it.
Kazim, you better be hiding it.
Yeah.
Alright, so, you know what, we've just missed that. We won't do an onboard lap with Zippo. We're going to have a look. Who's going to be close to coming round? Do we do one with Billy, or do we do one with someone else?
He's just about to finish his lap, which I think he's going to go quickest on. I reckon 10... Oh no, he's up to 108. You 112?
Oh, not much in it right now.
It's definitely getting quicker out there.
Oh, definitely. He's not. You could clip turn 1, and turn 1 here is very difficult.
Pirate completes his lap, but I think they're invalidated.
Oh, he's on inters as well, so.
Okay. Yeah, that would explain it as well.
High placed for the Williams drivers right now. I tell you what, as the Pirate has retired. Ooh, what happened there?
He lost it. And Wide Load Billy's lost it as well. Both the Williams having a bit of
Silverstone magic?
Yeah.
Tell you what though, if he set a lap on those tyres and he span them up like that, that's not going to be good for them.
No, definitely not.
We shall do an onboard lap with the other Sauber of Alsan Senegal, shall we? He's just coming around through the middle sector now. So we'll get ready, we'll get all the laps set up. He's on ultra soft tyres.
Yeah. So this should be quite a good lap, hopefully. He hasn't set a lap time yet, but he is a pacey driver, so let's see what he can do.
And I'll hand I'll hand the main comms over to AJ for this one, if he able to keep it in a straight line for us. Please do.
Ooh, come on. So you want the best momentum going down this straight off the last corner. I'm not sure whether he got that, but let's run all the way down to T1. 200 miles an hour, braking at the 100-meter board and turning in on the apex and using the full amount of track, which I'm not sure Alton was able to do, but he's going all the way down into T2, braking as late as he dare and hitting that apex again. You want to be so gentle on the throttle coming out of this corner. DRS wide open straight away after that corner and coming all the way down this straight. You want the ERS to be on maximum all the time on this lap, hitting the apex and just letting the car drift out to the left hand side. Coming round the right hander, you want to be over to the right hand as much as possible, and then in the left hand you just want to pace yourself through this corner, let the car grip up and come around to you, and then you kind of want to be as close to the left and the right as possible and get the best momentum going down this back straight all the way over to the left hand side, brake at the 50, in one corner, out to the other side, and in again, missing that yellow marker on the right hand side, and all the way down to the line, and let's see what Alton can do. Oof. It's a P1, 110.3, taking a tenth and a bit out of Spark.
I tell you what though, mate, if he'd got the momentum out of the final turn, or was it turn 10, it would have been brilliant.
It's absolutely possible. It just shows how close the margins are. If you can get a corner right like that, it can make or break your lap time, and it might even get you a pole if you can absolutely nail it.
Something I've still not achieved in any form of my racing is a pole position, but you know, spoilers. Then again, I've not going to win either. But Lee now locking up. Oh, almost getting it wrong, but able to keep the car straight in a straight line. But it looks like he's got a bit of a bent suspension the amount of times he's turning the wheel sideways to keep going in a straight line. Shows that those super soft tyres are not up to temperature yet.
Blaz has lost it. Oh, he's lost it in the wall. Luckily, he hasn't lost his wheel because he would have lost that third place.
Oh, retiring on track. Oh, I've just remembered the controversy.
Blood and Sand 109.8. He's first guy into the 109s.
Brilliant lad there from Blood and Sands.
What controversy do you have?
Sorry, from the other league. I just remembered it.
Oh, what?
What happened was, if someone wants to know what that was, someone crashed, decided to retire as 108, storming lap times in the last couple of minutes. This is a proper one-time shootout for all of these drivers. Look at this.
Yeah, totally.
All of the fast drivers.
Go on. Still got something to give. Zippo's still got something to give, and I reckon Devil's Armpit is on for a lap as well.
Tell you what, Sigurd's not rejoined the session though, from what I can see. Matey boy, 108, 108.4.
Right. 108.4. They're definitely getting quicker, and that was on the super soft tyres.
Smelly Badger retires.
In a minute.
Oh, we're looking at the number 34 Renault, I think he is. I'm so used to him having a different number on the front of him. Not even Renault, he's a Toro Rosso. He's coming down towards the line. Can he get his first pole position in SpeedForce racing? It's entirely possible in these conditions. He's still got a lap in him if he needs to. Is it enough? It isn't. It was invalidated. Oh, Zippo's going to be absolutely creepy. Oh, look at that. Toro Rosso on pole position. Can it be a Toro Rosso 1-2?
Well, let's see. Zippo going for another lap here. Let's see what he can produce. He's going up the hill towards P number 2.
Blood and Sands is still in it as well, but he's not going any. Farfborough steals it. Farfborough sold it.
Just Mikey's up there as well.
Gamey things.
It's going to be whoever's the last to cross the line on the quickest tyre. Zippo putting in a hell of a lap so far here. He's found every apex coming out of these corners. He's going down the hill now. He's working his way back towards the start-finish line, clipping the apex of that corner beautifully, running out to the right-hand side. And again, with the next couple of corners, he's making his way down the back straight now. A couple of corners left. He just needs to find the right momentum, and he can absolutely.
No, that's it.
He's just lost it.
T. Jonas. T. Jonas is on pole position here. T. Jonas is on pole position here in Austria, and that is heartbreak for Toro Rosso. For a moment, they had a chance at a podium, and they didn't get it. And Zippo, oh, he's got his head in his hands. Oh.
Honestly, mate, I'm gutted for him because the fact that was such a good laugh up until that last corner, and he just, he just lost it.
I think he just,
I'm so gutted for him.
I think what happened there, I mean, he was lining up to have Balti in front of him, give him a brilliant tow from the Haas, but he just didn't get it. And that's so gutting. All right, AJ, if you could take us through tonight's grid.
Of course. So T. Jonas in pole position with a 107.0. Gamey Things number 2. Foster. Just Mikey. Lee now making out the top 5. Then it's Matey Boy, Devil's Armpit, Wide Load Billy, Blood and Sand, Balta Pie Power, Ice Bolt, Alton Senegal, Laz MK, Spock Bobster, Smelly Badger, The Pirate, Diboosh, and I didn't get the last 2 or 3 of them.
I think the last one was Zippo, and then it was Sigurd, who hasn't rejoined. And there's a see no evil monkey and an angry face been sent to me. Surprised there's not other words. And there's the dry nose. But I tell you what, this is gonna be great fun for Zippo to fight through the traffic and all of that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the race. Who's got the racecraft to get through the pack, and who has who's further behind that might not have put a lap in there, but has a chance to get a good result from this race.
Okay, I just got to read something out to you. When I was speaking about Lee's, when he had his wheel turned to the side to try and go in a straight line because he was drifting so much, Diabush commented, "Lee looks like Alonso trying to get down the pit lane at Baku." Savage tonight of the drivers.
Yeah. No punches pulled.
Definitely not, but that's SpeedForce Racing, that's our way. So, here we are, there's T. Jonas on pole position ahead of Gamey Things, who's also still running his black and red helmet. Then there's Farfborough in P3 and just Mikey in P4. Lionel, the highest placed Toro Rosso, in P5 and Matey Boy in P6. Devil's Armpit in P7 and Billy in P8. Blood and Sands in P9 and Balti in P10. Icebolt in P11 and Alson Senegal in P12. Baz Mark in P13, reminding everyone that a formation lap means stay in formation, not go up to P5. And Spark Buzzer is in P14. Smelly Badger is in P15 and the Pirate has got his sails out in P16. Diabush is in P17 and Sigurd should be in P18, but Invader Zippo is bringing out the rear on the soft tyres in P18. Ooh, drama. Ooh, Gamey Things looks like he's lagging.
I love just being able to see loads of cars on the track. It gives me such a warm feeling inside when they're all just waiting to go racing like this. It's going to be such a good race. I can't wait for this.
I'll tell you what would have been more fun though. It's an unheard concept, what? Right? 22 cars in Formula 1.
Ooh,
I know.
That'd be cool.
I know. It'd be brilliant. Hashtag bring back Caterham. I loved Caterham. Even their car that looked decidedly different in 2014. I loved that car.
I was watching a rerun of like BBC highlights of like the whole season. I think it was like the 2010 season when they had like the Spanish team. I can't even remember what they called.
HRT.
HRT with Karen Chandok and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I remember all. Anyway, I'll leave it up to you.
We'll discuss that later on, because right now we're ready for 5 red lights here in Austria. Everyone's happy, except for Sigurd, who seems to have lagged out. But still, we're waiting. There are other lights lighting up the gantry, and we're all ready and raring to go. The crowd is about to go wild as we hit 5 red lights. Gaming Things has jumped to start. Matey Boy's jumped to start. Gaming Things has left the session. The lights are out, and there's a major disruption as the second place car has gone off. Matey Boy has jumped to start, though. He will be pulling in. Someone else jumped in too, and there's a collision with Gaming Things' ghosted car, sending someone wide, and everyone's going wide right now. But now, T. Jonas is under threat from Matey Boy and Farfborough. Matey Boy jumped to start. He's under caution. Farfborough is going to try it into turn 2. He's rear-ended it. T. Jonas has broken his wing. Oh, he rear-ended someone else last night, but I won't tell you who. Me. Invader Zippo still in P18. He's past his blast, but he's able to defend very well. Here's Farfborough trying to attack T. Jonas. Is he going to pull in for a dive bomb? He does not. He's set it up for one, but he's on different tyres. Here's Matey Boy. He'll be putting into pit lane within 3 laps to serve his drive-through penalty. Oh, AJ, what are you looking at?
Yeah, I'm just looking at Matey Boy completely jumping the start there and kind of screwing up the first corner for both first and second place, T. Jonas and Farfborough. But yeah, Farfborough just completely missed his braking point into T2 and just went straight into the back of T. Jonas. You can't run with half a front wing around here. It's just not possible. As Matey Boy serves his penalty.
Matey Boy pulls into the pit lane on the first lap. The Mercedes team's imploring him, why did you have to jump the start there? But he has. Here's the other Mercedes. That's Matey Boy still. Here's the other Mercedes. No, here it is. It's Bounty Power. Here's the other Mercedes of Icebolt. I see Smelly Badger getting turn 1 all wrong and letting Icebolt straight away through. And so is the Haas behind him. The Devil's Armpit pulls in as well. Ferrari also having a nightmare on lap 1. I tell you what, though, in all of this, Gaming Things has rejoined. Hopefully he can get back into his car, because I tell you that now, he's going to be so angry if he can't. But who is that? Smelly Badger is passing Icebolt around the outside, which will turn to the inside for the next corner. Hopefully he can hold out to it. Remember, this is only lap 2, ladies and gentlemen. No silly moves, but he's able to get it right. The 71 car sliding straight past the Mercedes.
Yeah, side by side down the second DRS straight. No DRS yet because it's only lap 2. DRS starts from lap 3. And yeah, Smelly Badger just getting the better of Icebolt this time round. But let's see what happens when they go back to the main straight.
Here's Blood and Sands trying to pass Balti Power. I don't think it's going to happen right now. They're going side by side into the final couple of corners. Oh, he's shut the door. Balti shut the door pretty heavily on Blood and Sands, but the Red Bull able to stay in the straight line, knowing he would do that. And DRS will be enabled this lap. There it is. And we're all about to go completely crazy with a 60% DRS run around this track.
Yeah, Balti just getting a bad exit out of that final corner. Is he going to be susceptible to an overtake down this back straight with the second DRS zone and then the third one on the top straight?
Whoa! Big, almost big incident for turns for P1 and P3. Billy passing Farfba, cutting across him heavily right now. Farfba going back again, trying to go for a switchback back at turn 3. Billy turned in on him, not leaving any room like someone else I know, but I still won't mention his name. But there's but yeah, that almost ended a big collision. There's Spark Bobster passing someone. Who was that? Pirate?
Yeah, so Blood and Sand got past Balti Power and Spark Bobster got past the Pirate. Gamey Things is lining up a move now. Both the Force Indias moving through the pack quite well. Yeah,
Gamey has the pace tonight, but he is in a horrible position after lagging out at the start of the race, and that must feel horrific. Here we go. Here's the tyres revealed for the first time. See Gamey thinking about a dive bomb move on the Pirate. No, Gamey's lost it. Gamey's gone, and disqualified for the session is just Mikey.
Yeah, Gamey seemed to just lose it off that last corner. It is exactly what Zippo did in qualifying, but unfortunately he's only lost one place to Blaz MK, and he will be able to get back to where he was, as we see just Mikey disqualified on the side of the track there.
On board with Spark Bobster as he goes down the inside of Balti Power, and it seems that Balti is lagging just a bit, which is putting drivers off trying to make moves on him, but it's able to. But the German in the Force India is not phased by that. I tell you what, I think the stewards will be having a word with just Mikey for ignoring that drive through. That is not optional. You do have to serve that. But Balti Power coming back for a dive bomb, bumping tyres. You got to remember, guys, if you're going to do a dive bomb, no, you're not going to make collisions.
Yeah, Balti Power just completely overruled by that DRS down the main straight as Blaz MK goes into the side of the Pirate. But yeah, he must have just got a much better braking point than Spark did. But Spark working his way well through the traffic. He's now in clear air.
It will be, and right now we're looking at Farfba and Wido Billy on board with Billy himself. But Billy's got to defend from Lee Now. Here comes Lee Now trying to go round the outside of turn 1. No! Billy's trying to do a dive on Farfba, which has knocked up both of them, allowing Lee Now through. Mikey has left the session. That will be a stern word from the stewards to him. You can't ignore those things. As Gaming Things drop back to P12.
3 wide from Blaz MK down the main straight against the Pirate and Gamey Things. And now the Gamey Things is behind.
Whoa! Farfba's lost it! Sorry to interrupt you, mate. Farfba lost it, trying to go up down the inside of Linnell, who's now going for P2. He's trying to make a move. He's passed Billy brilliantly here, and Farfba has been passed by Alson Senegal. Losing more positions is Farfba in the Red Bull, who's struggling tonight. Oh, what's happening up here, though?
Oh, what's happening?
Oh, Billy is shoved Lee off, and that will definitely go to the stewards. Because he drove him off the track. I'm sorry, I'm not going to sugarcoat that. He deliberately drove him off the track.
Yeah. No, it seems like the mid-pack's fighting quite a lot. All the way back to 15th place now. And they're all kind of holding each other up by fighting so much. It's bringing Dai and Invader Zippo back into the game, who are on the much harder tyres and can run much longer.
Tell you what though, if Billy comes up into contest with Lee once more, he should let Lee through, because he did shove him off the track. It doesn't look like it. No, he isn't. No, he's weaving all across the track. I'm sorry, that's unacceptable. Oh, Lee making contact!
Farfba going wide as he passes Alson Senegal. Alson Senegal's come back on the inside from the next corner. Is he going to make it stick? No, it seems Farfba's got the better of him there, and he makes
Balti Power's lost it. Balti Power in the wall at turn 3. He's back on the road though. Where is the Devil's Armpit? Devil's Armpit having a tragic race. Ferrari just struggling here, as they normally do here at Austria.
Yeah, turn 2 very tricky there. You've got to make sure you don't put too much throttle on coming out of that corner. If you just max throttle it, you will spin into that wall, and it is a very easy thing to do with this track.
It's going to be very difficult, and see all of this. And look how close everyone is. Here's Blazmak going down the inside of Gaming Things towards the final corners. These double right-handers are difficult. Oh, he clips Gaming Things, sending Gaming Things wide. Gaming still ahead though, and he hits him even more, hitting him through, and that move needs to be handed back. He's passed him by bumping him. This isn't NASCAR, folks. This is Formula 1. So Balti pulls into pit lane, obviously for his new front wing. Maybe his tyres were gone. It is only lap 6, though. Well, lap 7. Those tyres will start to struggle soon. Here is Gaming Things passing. Blasmac going for a dive bomb. Gaming's attempting nap to that. He's bumped over the curb. And he's managing, still there. He's not got DRS this run. Matey boys looking back at this. A brilliant incident. Brilliant battle right now, and it seems Gaming still just got it, and Blaz can't hold it back. He's going for the switchback, but he just can't hold it against the Force India. What are we looking at, AJ?
I'm waiting for my internet.
Gaming Things is gone! Gaming Things has crashed, ladies and gentlemen. Gaming Things is out of the Grand Prix, and I'm about to get a very stern message from him, probably saying that he came into contact with Blaz MK, which I'm assuming would happen. Those two were very close together, but it may also just be Gaming's mistake himself. Here's Smelly Badger going down the inside of turn 1. He's made a mistake. He's bumped into Billy. Sorry, AJ.
Getting another run down the second straight. He's got DRS again, pulling over to the right-hand side, braking later than Billy is. And he's going to make that corner. Is he going to make it sick? SFR Lee now in the wall. As we go
no! Past. Lee! He's going to be frustrated at that. And I can confirm, I've just got an angry message from Gaming Things. So once again, send that to the stewards, mate, because, yeah. So Lee now having to defend for the Pirate. The Pirate's thinking, oh, I've got a fresh prey now. I'm going to catch him. Oh, Lee locking up heavily. Oh, he's been hit by a Ferrari, though. That's Diabouche. Diabouche straight into the inside of him, and Diabouche is holding no punches right now. This field's so close together, you just can't think about anything right now, can you?
No, it's crazy. You go from one fight to another fight. I'm looking at Sparks Bob's design as Wide Load Billy goes into the pits.
Well, I'm looking at Alson Senegal passing Farfba for P2, who is 10 seconds. No, he's cut the corner, so he's had to handle that. A very, very sensible move there from Alsan, who has got his eyes, though, on trying to get past Farfba once more. It's not going to happen now. You're a bit too far back to actually even attempt a dive bomb here.
Yeah, eyes on Zippo again tonight. 10th place on the soft tyre. He can run much longer than that, probably to around lap 20, maybe even 20, 26, somewhere like that, 26, 27. So he's got a lot of work still to do, but he's doing very well at the minute on the soft tyres.
Lee now going for a move into T2, or T3 is it now, because they found an extra corner, didn't they, a few years back, but he didn't manage to make it stick, and unfortunately he's not past Pirate, but he's passing out of Pirate, moving a little bit in the braking zone, but I think Lee now has just got it through. Pirate bashing him a bit, 72, trying to pass, I think that's number 15, lots of number 15s in this league, we need to make sure that gets sorted soon, but yes, he's finally through. I tell you what, Alsan must be
a very good race. He's not having a very good race since he got pushed off earlier.
He is not at all. Farfba makes the first move in the pit lane. So it's all going to be very interesting. He's going to come out very far back here on board with the Pirate once more. Seems that lots of people are starting to calm down a bit here. Going to go on board with Spark Bob, so he's trying to gain on Smelly Badger, but I don't think it's going to be happening much.
Yeah, T. John is doing very well on those ultra soft tyres, pulling away by 12.8 seconds from Alton Senegal, his teammate behind him. He seems to be making that ultra soft tyre strategy work for him, and maybe he can one stop at this stage.
Would be very interesting. Alton Senegal though going a little bit wide. He's opened the door for Icebolt. Icebolt trying to go round the outside. Look at that. Oh, what's happened there? Alsan is out. He span out from P2, and you got to, whoa, very smart there. Seeing people coming through, trying to get a power up.
Yeah, he's come back on track now, but he must have just completely lost it going into that left-hander. But yeah, it's back to 8th now on those ultra soft. Oh, I know what's happened. That he's overheated the rear tyres.
Ah.
That'll be a call for the. That'll be a call to come in because of the fact that. Oh, is he gonna?
Almost sailed straight into Zippo there, didn't he?
Yeah. No, that's pretty great.
Do apologise for losing AJ. I'm going to turn everything off the internet quickly. Alright, let's see if AJ's come back now. Here's...
Well,
missed all of that. Still struggling a bit, mate.
Right.
Just keep trying. There you are. So you're back now.
I was completely gone. Why am I not? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hello.
Yeah, cool. Hello. I think it's everybody's internet playing up. I don't even know.
To be fair, I was downloading an update before I came in here and realised, oh, okay, stop that download. But yes, in the meantime, we saw Spark Bobster passing someone. That's Diaboosh spinning at turn. Diaboosh and Bounty have come into blows, and that should be investigated by the stewards. That's a turn 1. And Bounty's retired. Oh, okay, that will be a penalty for Bounty. As a reminder to all the drivers, if you are done with the race, pull into the pit lane and retire. Don't retire on track. It's a pit lane job. It's not hard.
Ice Bolt on the back of Blood and Sand. He's got DRS, both on the same tyres. 11 laps on those tyres, and he's making that look very easy. Turning in, finding the apex, finding the grip. Oh, and Blood and Sand's found excellent momentum out of that corner, and he's got the position back.
That looked like it might have been ERS and DRS assisted, but Iceball going for a Danny Rick style dive bomb in the Mercedes 23 car. Able just to fight his way through. I tell you what, Blood and Sons won't find that. That's my move. I'm in the Red Bull.
Yeah, look at Spark up to 4th place. I think he was back in 7th or something before. With all the pit stops that have been going on, he's done very well to come through the field and not get caught up in any silly arguments. He's
got his eyes on the prize, and that prize is the podium, and he's right there, but he's got to defend from Smelly Badger too, who's defending from Matey Boy, the other Mercedes. Mercedes having a good run. Blood and Sands though, he's made a mistake. Oh, is he able to get past? He is. He's going to get swamped by every driver. They're 3 wide heading towards turn 1.
3 wide, yeah.
Who's going to come out on top?
They're going 2 by 2.
Blood and Sands gets ahead. No! Brilliant move there from everyone, and that means Smelly Badger is up into P3. Matey Boy is fighting for it too. Is he going to go for it? Matey Boy down the inside of turn 3. He's managed to make it stick. He slaps in front of the Renault. Woo-hoo-hoo. Still going, though. Still going. I'll tell you who this is woken up. Here comes Blood and Sands. Moving a lot in the braking zone. These drivers, Blood and Sands trying to keep it slowed down.
Yeah, Matey Boy defending very well from Smelly Badger and Blood and Sand, who are coming behind him, just keeping the inside line. Pinned. Oh, and Spark has gone into, he's completely missed his braking point and gone into the back of Blood and Sand.
Oh no, we're going to have a look.
Oh,
there's the Stricken Force India.
Up until that point, everybody, all the drivers were doing very well. They all had brilliant racecraft, not crashing into each other at all. And unfortunately, Spark just losing his front wing there. Such a shame. He was having such a good race as well.
Losing his front wing and straight into the wall by the looks of it as well. So T. Jonas, race leader, pits for the soft tyres as I go a bit Dorset there. So I'm going to stick with this accent for a few minutes. I see Wildlow Billy is coming under pressure from Alsan. I'm going to stay in this accent now because that's a bit far. Alsan, go on.
Foster just getting a little tap from Invader Zippo at turn 1. As he comes back, I think he must be on a 2-stop strategy on those ultra soft tyres again. He'll probably go until mid-20s with those tyres. Yeah, just getting round Zippo very easily on the much harder soft tyres.
I tell you what though, I can tell you exactly in this situation what Zippo is thinking. He's thinking the race is going to come to me. And I'll tell you exactly why he's thinking that. Is because a few seasons ago, 2 seasons ago, back in season 1, it was somebody's debut race. It was 2 drivers' debut races actually, but it was someone's debut race, and he got tapped into turn 1 and lost his front wing. He then pitted, went on the soft tyres from the start, from that, and went all the way to the end, and ended up in P3. That little sunball, hello, was me. That was my first ever podium in league racing. This track is very special to me, and I understand you're very upset there. Okay.
Icebolt has slowed down.
Why is Icebolt slowing down? Okay, I guess team orders in Mercedes is okay.
But,
yeah.
Yeah, they're both on the same amount of soft tyres. The super soft tyres. They've both done 14 laps. But obviously, thinking a change of strategy is the best way to do it.
I mean, if Toto Wolff says it's okay in the teams, that's all right. It's the only issue. Right now, we're going to have a look at is Wide Low Billy trying to go around the outside of Smelly Badger. Smelly Badger is notoriously difficult to overtake. Wide Low Billy is going to try and make it look easy. Smelly Badger has done it twice a little bit longer than he has. No, he hasn't. The Smelly Badger just coming out of the pit lane. Is Billy on the momentum going to be able to get past him? There's going to be a full-on dive bomb into turn 5. Has he managed it? I don't think. Yeah, he has. Look at that.
Yeah, lovely little move up the inside, breaking just a little bit later than Smelly Badger and closing him out.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Obviously, we allow team orders in this league if you're in the same team. The problems then come from if you're not in the same team and you're making team orders with your friends. That's not allowed, and we will see it, and we will talk to you about it. Alison Senegal, though, trying to go down the inside of Smelly Badger for the final points paying position. We're not managing it at this point in time and going a little bit further wide. So one for Sauber, trying to remember teams, having a good day. The other seems to be struggling a bit, but lots of people pitting, allowing Alison to move up into P9.
Yeah, Blaz MK and Ice both pitting for the soft tyres, so they're running long till the end of the race. And Icebolt losing out to quite a few drivers there.
Brilliant move from the Devil's Armpit, putting up into 5th place, passing the Pirate, knocking the wind right out of his sails and allowing the Ferrari to move past the Williams, which we're normally seeing with blue flag assistance, but not here.
Yeah, they're doing very well at this stage. Gone 15 laps on these tyres. And yeah, Devil's Armpit right at the back of the grid at the start of this race, and he worked his way very far forward.
Definitely was. And while we're here, as Matey Boy pulls into the pit lane, so race leader pulls into the pit lane, I'm going to just read some comments I've got in the chat. Yeah, Gamey obviously understanding that he's upset. So Charles saying that he hopes T. Jonas wins. Well, it's a vague possibility. Right now we don't know who's going to win because it's only lap 17 out of 36. And here's one from Spark Bobster saying, I did not miss my braking point. That tool cost me my race for braking too early. Okay, I should not have read that one out. Probably should have read that first.
Matey Boy just gone for the soft tyres as well. Devil's Armpit just pulling in front of him. So both of the Mercedes have now pitted and come back out. Matey Boy's done a lot better than Icebolt in terms of pitting and changing tyres.
Definitely has. Icebolt down in P11 now. We saw him making a move on Blaz MK. Blaz MK, though, trying to come back at him. It seems that Icebolt slipped straight past him. Blaz MK, though. No, okay, mate. Icebolt, okay, bumping tyres. That will be looked at for deliberate body contact. Lee Nelvo, who is also going to be involved in that, is coming right down the inside. He's able to get past the Mercedes pretty simply, showing how the move is done without contact. Kazim jumping in once more, going, gotta love it when they throw the toys out the pram. Yeah, you have, but at the same time, it's a shame that all of these guys have struggled with this. Oh, contact between the Williams, though! The Pirate is in the wall, he's in the pit lane, though, luckily, but he was pulling into the pit lane, and something we didn't address was making a move. You're going to go into the pit lane, make it obvious that you're going into the pit lane, and he didn't make it obvious, and he cursed across his teammate, cutting the ring off, and that has cost, I think, Williams a good position tonight. But right now, Smelly Badger and Alson Senegal are the one attacking. Smelly Badger lost out to Alson Senegal. And wide ability, this should be an easy move as the Williams is missing a front wing. And he's able to get through. It's Alson. Alson gets through. Smelly Badger getting a time penalty, having to run up on the curb. AJ.
Yeah, Matey Boys seem to find a way past Devil's Armpit for 4th position. So now he will latch onto the back of Zippo, who's 2.2 seconds ahead of him.
Linnell passing Blaz MK once more. Oh no! Blaz MK has shot the door too hard and almost span Linnell. Alson Senegal's out! Senegal is out right now. He's broken his front wing and more drivers coming a cropper tonight. I think hopefully Alsan can make it back to the pit lane, and Lee is visibly getting frustrated by Blaz, I think, right now, isn't he?
Oh, Wide Low Billy and Smelly Badger coming to blows. Wide Low Billy trying to get into the pit lane. Smelly Badger almost losing his front wing on the back of him.
Getting very difficult. Devil's Armpit getting a 5-second stop and go penalty, and Lee now getting more and more frustrated with the Haas. Wide Low Billy retires in the pit lane, and that is unfortunate for him. And that's 2 collisions in 2 laps. And I mean, I'd retire too if that was the case, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think it's quite difficult at that stage. You always want to carry on and see what you can do, but it is quite difficult from how far back you are.
Lee now going down the inside of Blaz MK, braking hard. Blaz MK going very slow out of it, and that is cost because Lee now went in too deep, cost him the position to Ice Bolt once more. This is turning into a bit of a bump fest, and hopefully the drivers all calm down right now.
Yeah, we've got 17 laps to go. Just looking at Fastball on the ultra soft tyre. He's got 9 laps. I reckon he's got one more lap or so to get out of those tyres before he has to pit again.
Just look up a P4 for me, mate, AJ. Look up a P4 and Zippo, take us through what's happening here.
Yeah, matey boy's got the better tyres on those on the soft compound with only 2 laps on them, whereas Zippo's been on those for 19 since the start of the race. And with DRS assistance down the straight, taking the apex and just going straight past him. I don't think there's much Zippo can do about that. He just doesn't have enough grip. Coming back on the straight though.
I tell you what, though.
The inside line up to the second corner.
No,
he just goes straight
no, he's not.
Mate, he's got that.
I tell you what. In that situation, you've got to just give up that place because you know it's going to come to you later. Icebolt, though, making a move on Blaz MK, unlike Nell could earlier on in the race. Zippo, though, using Spark Bobster to ask, as Blaz MK, brilliant run out of that corner once more. He wants to know who's pitted. Well, you know what? We're not going to tell you.
Yeah, Blood and Sand getting passed by Smelly Badger as well. Smelly Badger back up to 5th position now on the soft tyre. Everybody's starting to settle down into their rhythms. But just having little scraps between themselves. Icebolt's still trying to find a way past Blaz MK. Up the inside.
Oh, that's not worked.
Icebolt, yeah, Icebolt just putting his nose where it doesn't really belong.
Well, here comes the Toro Rosso.
Lee Nell, right on the back of him.
See, now Lee's had the experience now. He's had his few mistakes this race. I'm sure Lee's now thinking, okay, time to calm down, get my northern head on, and let's get moving. That joke only works when he's listening. Okay, that doesn't work. Blaz MK losing it a little bit. Icebolt, a tremendous run out of T1, heading up towards Blaz MK. I'm going to try and cover over that joke, as I normally do, by talking about what's actually happening on track. Blood and Sand's trying to move on Blood and Smelly Badger.
Ooh, Liddell gets it very wrong in terms of braking points into turn 2. And Blaz MK has to run very far wide just to get round him.
Ah, Lee, your brake pressure not high enough. I'm going to read one thing out of the chat. Dyer says that he fancies an Ocon moment. Is there a tenner still available, whatever that means? From Kazim. No, we don't talk about that incident because I'm an Ocon fan. We don't talk about that.
I mean, it wasn't all Ocon's fault.
No, it wasn't. Not in the slightest. But at the same time, we will not get into it because I will cry.
Hate me. Yeah, a lot of people will hate me for saying that as well.
As I said in many different chats, as Invader Zippo pulls into pit lane, it wasn't totally Ocon's fault. It wasn't totally Max's fault. It really was a racing incident, but at the same time, it had to be penalised.
Yeah.
But anyway,
was it community service in the end?
Yeah, Max got it for punching Ocon, but you know, that's what you get. Don't hit people, kids. Yeah. So they're just lapping the Pirate in P13.
Don't do that either.
Yeah, don't hit kids, yeah. I almost did that earlier. I tell you what, there's some aggravating people around here. Okay, Lee now trying once more on Blaz MK. Blaz MK going for a very dangerous dive bomb. Lee has almost lost it once more. I'm going to swear. Please don't.
Yeah, side by side along the second DRS straight. Who's got the better line into the corner, banging wheels as they go through. It looks like Lee Nell's got the better exit as they sweep through the left-handers.
Oh, Farfra, yeah, that's it.
He's got that set up.
Just gonna say, we are not gonna talk about the Ocon incident in the chat or here on commentary because obviously we all have differing opinions, so we're not gonna talk about it. It's serious now. Don't talk about it. Anyway, Blood and Sands is closing up to who's that? Smelly Badger in P3. I tell you what, this is all getting into a thrilling race, and look who's back in P1.
Yeah, T. Jonas. Very nice. Although he's been running a very nice race so far. 14 seconds ahead of Matey Boy. I think if he can just shut his car down, just put it on a lean mixture, and just run the engine to the end, he should have an easy win here. Let's see.
Can it be back-to-back wins? Something T. Jonas has not experienced in SFR yet. It could happen tonight. I see Farfba, who is currently in P5, is closing up to his teammate. There may be team orders informed. We don't know if we're going to get a little call from Christian Horner going, let them through. And there is a call from Christian Horner. Blood and Sands has let Farfborough through.
Yeah, Farfborough on the ultra soft tyres again. He's gone for another stop. That should get him to the end. Although 12 or 13 laps on those ultra soft tyres is still quite a big ask.
Here comes the Devil's Armpit down the inside of Blaz MK. Blaz MK has been... Oh, Blaz MK shutting the door. And Devil's Armpit lucky not to spin off. And Devil's Armpit showing his disdain by running very close to him. Okay, that's very questionable. You have to leave at least a car's width. Come on, guys. Yeah, okay, Blaz MK. That's... No, come on. You don't do that. You don't try and spin him round like that. I know your game. I've done it before. I did it back on 2016 repeatedly. Here comes.
To go around the outside.
No, not at that speed. Oh, has he? No.
Devil's Armpit brake very late into that corner.
Brilliant stopping power. No, I didn't think he was going to make it.
No.
That's because we've been looking at Leo races running no ABS. Whoa, no.
Oh wow, that was a really good braking point if he had worked it out, but Devil's Armpit just gets the better of him there.
So, well, I was going to say something earlier, and I can't remember what I was going to say. I had it all pinned out in my head. Damn, that's really annoying.
Yeah. Just to say another thing, Invader Zippo just gone onto the super soft tyres. He's 4.8 behind Blaz MK. He was 7 seconds. He's catching up with that battle very quickly.
Yeah, I think Invader Zippo is on for a good, strong points finish if he can get high up, and I think... With those fresh tyres, I reckon maybe a P6 is in order. He's got to get past his teammate, but I'm sure Franz Tost will get involved there and say, you know what, let him through. That's my impression of Franz Tost there. How many awards am I going to win? Not sure.
None. Might have been a bit harsh, that actually, sorry.
Sorry, I really hope, I know this sounds really just out of it, I really hope Kazim becomes a regular on the streams, because she's just put in, it's it's worse than when you walk into a room forgetting what you're in for. I really hope you become a regular and you're enjoying this, because I'm finding it hilarious. If I just say I want to do this as a job, people, I'm going to suck. I should do Formula E. No one watches that, do they? Yeah, the thing that's just hit me, I watch Formula E as well. I see it. I'm going to stop talking for the next race, okay? I tell you what, here comes some interesting things right now. We have the Pirate trying to unlap himself from Blood and Sands, but he's pulled out of the move, and I almost said it, but he's not gonna try what happened in Brazil between Jos Verstappen and Juan Pablo Montoya. Didn't have to remember the names there.
Yeah, I don't know what you're on about. You've gone away with that reference. You
don't? Oh, okay. So what happened? As we were in the point of the race where we can actually do this, Jos Verstappen was lapped by heading towards turn 4 by one Pablo Montoya, who was leading the race, and he completely ran to the back of him, took off the rear wing.
Right.
Verstappen's aren't all guilty.
Just throw that in there.
Just thought I'd try. Here's Lee now trying to close up on Ice Bolt. He's on much older tyres, but I tell you what, he's got a little bit of speed in him, this Lee now, hasn't he?
He has indeed. He's coming back through the field very well on those soft tyres.
Yeah, I tell you what though, his teammate's much closer to Blaz MK, and we saw how much Lee was struggling to pass him. Let's see how Zippo takes to pass him.
Oh, braking late into that corner. He's on the back of Ice Bolt, but he's just outside of the 1 second window, I think. Oh no, he's got DRS. Never mind. Okay,
so Zippo just tapping the rear tyre of Blaz MK, but I don't know whose fault that was. I think that was Zippo expecting Blaz to give a gap, but there wasn't really a gap. Zippo's gonna try and scare him into a dive bomb. This is a tactic used. It's not illegal. It's just a sort of like it's like standing behind a door and yelling boo, isn't it? You're not actually coming out, but you know.
Yeah, it just gives you some red markers if you're the car in front, and just letting him know that he's there, and he is very threatening, especially on those faster, softer tyres, which are younger as well. So yeah, let's see if Zippo can get any closer to him through these last couple of corners. Okay, running quite wide there over the curbs.
I tell you what though,
so far.
ERS is a big thing. We're just peering into the top of Zippo's cockpit using the halo as like a ring to hold ourselves up. He's only got nearly like 15 or that's about 6% ERS left. He's pushing hard, but that's the thing. He's not going to have any assistance from that.
Yeah, definitely, and he's going to have to use the DRS to maximum ability here, and hope that Blas is in the same position he is, but he seems to have a lot more ERS at the minute. He's not using it though.
Down the inside goes Invader Zippo. No! Blas putting up a hell of a defence. Oh, Zippo almost losing it, and Zippo catching it very well done. It's okay, ooh. Keep going.
Both.
Missed that.
Yeah, my internet's having a moment again. I think it's created itself now.
Oh, okay. Mr. Bentley struggling with internet tonight. I'll tell you what, Bobsville don't have good internet. Continuing the Bob the Builder references. Sector 2.
Crew problem.
Yeah, well. It's Bob's fault. He's gone to hit the ERS button, hasn't he? Here comes Lee now trying to go down the inside of Icebolt. He's getting frustrated. He's thinking I can get past him. Smelly Badger though, he's gone. Absolutely gone at turn 2, and that's turn 2, claiming another victim. I'm going through different track layouts here. Okay, Lee now trying to go around the outside of Icebolt. Has he managed it? I think he has this time. Sector 2 and 3, not sure who that is. But I think he's managed it. Icebolt coming back around the outside. Younger tyres on the Mercedes, remember. And it seems that he's still there, and he's just passed him. Lee just thinking, God's sake, this Mercedes.
Yeah, very close. Oh, and Lee just losing the back end a little bit out of those corners. He has got, what is it, five laps fresher tyres. So Lee must start to be feeling those tyres now. Just making sure to keep them in check for the last few laps of the race.
It is. We only have 7 laps remaining around this circuit, which is all so interesting to see. Here is Zippo still trying to get past Blas, and Blas moving around a little bit on the track there. I don't know what's happening with Blas at all. A lot of braking distance there though, isn't it?
Yeah, getting very close to the back of him there. Blas braked very early.
Don't know what he hoped to.
Going into turn 2, Zippo going very deep into that corner.
Oh, Blas is gone!
Oh, Blas is gone.
Yeah, what happened was he span up on the curb and span round, and that is just, he's going to go into the wall again if he's not careful. But yeah, I think that's questionable either side, but I think Zippo just managed to keep it in track limits without feeding him off the track, you know?
Yeah, no, I was on board with him. He was leaving space to the outside for Blas to be there, and he honestly wasn't pushing it through that corner. He wasn't knocking him or anything like that. So I think that was completely fair.
Well, we had a very different angle. We had the angle from the swinging camera on the inside of the corner, so we didn't see it. But Lee almost losing it on the start-finish straight. Just got another message from Kazim, which is also fun to read. Clearly, Boosh doesn't want to go flying tonight. I don't think I'll be seeing him with wings.
Lee now getting a very good run out of T2, and he's going back down the outside of Icebolt towards T3 using all his DRS. Deployment, he's in front of Icebolt going through the corners, but Icebolt's going back at him. They're neck and neck next to each other, but Icebolt just managing to be fended off by Lee Nell around the inside. Oh, both going very wide onto the grass there.
Lee's been struggling through here all race, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely. On those older tyres, he's doing a very good job to stay in front of Icebolt.
He is, and you see Ice is having to modify his braking points so he doesn't run into the back of him. Obviously, with those tyres having much slower level of braking, he has to brake a little bit earlier as those tyres wear. Oh, Lee!
All sorts of wrong. through that first corner, is Icebolt going to be able to find some sort of momentum to get up to the back and not through here at the minute.
Very mature choice there from Icebolt not to just try it down the inside.
Yeah, Lee now just getting an excellent acceleration through these corners. If you can get the grip down as soon as you come out of these corners, then you'll do very well on a track like this.
Definitely will do. This is a very power dependent track, and that's why in the wet it's very different. You have to have a drastically different setup. You can't really run dry setup here unless you're confident in that setup, can you?
Yeah, no, that's very true. You've got to be confident that you know what the car is going to do when you go through the corners and how it's going to react. But yeah, it is very interesting.
I think that just going through that sector. Oh no, it's not. Here comes Icebolt into the side. He's pushing for Toro Rosso wide.
I was clenched everywhere going corner. That was scary.
Into turn one, and very, very mature there from Ice. Very, very mature from the Diamond Man, trying not to get it through. I'm gonna take that as your nickname now, Ice, but you are the Diamond Man, and he was able, very mature, not to try it down the inside of turn one, which obviously most people know. But Ice has lost it, and that's the curse of running on the yellow curb on the inside, the sausage curb, and he's lost position to Smelly Badge. He's gonna be ruining himself for that mistake, which I also did in season 2.
Yeah, weaving as well down the back straight. I don't know whether that's just annoyment at himself, because I don't think Lee Nell did anything to him there. So
yeah, I was on board with Ice. That was a completely just his own choice by accident.
Yeah, but Lee Nell doing a very good job of just staying cool and calm and collected and staying in front. Just not getting too hot under the collar when Icebolt was right next to him with his wheel next to his side pod.
I've got to say, that would have been a better pun to use. He's the cool driver. Oh, damn. Here comes the Coolman. No, that doesn't work. Here comes the Diamond Man down the inside of Devil's Armpit, trying to have a go. He's able to do it on this car. He has huge respect for Lee Nell. Not so much for the Ferrari by the looks of it, but he's able to bump him through, but he's letting back through after bumping him off the track, which is very well. A very Lewis Hamilton-esque move there of, I'll let you through, but then I'll power back up on the straights and pass you. I tell you what though, where has all the time gone? Because we're on lap 34 out of 36 here as we're looking at Devil's Armpit going round the outside of, that's the wrong car, going round the outside of Icebolt. And Icebolt saying, nope, not having this. And there's a lot of contact there, lot of contact, but it's able just to keep going. And Alston Sandoval getting another penalty down to his rafters. Oh wow, he's not an overtaking point. I think that one definitely has to be handed back, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's just pushing his way out of. He's just pushing Icebolt out of the way to get through on that corner. I think that is questionable.
Yeah, I think that one should be handed back personally. But you know, the devil's the devil. He doesn't want to give it up.
Yeah. DRS down this straight again. Is Devil going to assume a defensive position? He is.
I think the 66 car has made his stance perfectly clear there.
Yeah, getting a better momentum out of that corner. DRS all the way up the straight. Going over to the right hand side. Brake late, turning early. Ooh,
oh, he's turned in on them.
Tyres there. Devil's Armpit getting a better run.
That was almost like one Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton's collision back in 2016.
Yeah.
Here's Alston Senegal trying to go for the final point tonight. Remember, we're on lap 36 now, and T. Jonas has had a perfectly untouched run, and by the looks of it, it's going to still be untouched by the end of this. This could be back-to-back wins as we're watching his teammate try and get a point, the number 4 car, but you see the number 4 car slipping straight back through, and that shows that he had the better run, and now he's going to break the penalty wall and get through. Icebolt still close to the Devil's Armpit, trying to go through the final corner, and he has done it. He's bumped him off, and I think that's a, hey, you did that to me earlier, I'm going to do it to you too.
Yeah, and just to make another note, Alston Senegal has gone past Blaz MK for the last point in 10th.
Well, if you could keep an eye on the Icebolt incident, let's have a look. Here he is, T. Jonas. He's turned his engine down. He's been basically running on ERS through all of this. Everyone's very happy to see this man, and he's going to become the first back-to-back winner of Season 3 here in Austria. T. Jonas, the first back-to-back winner, extending his championship lead. The Norwegian wins in SFR. Getting my leagues mixed up there.
Yeah.
Farfborough getting a 5-second penalty for an unserved stop and go, but I think that's fair because he wasn't going to plan on making another stop, was he? Blood and Sands, look at that, a good day for Red Bull.
Oh, Iceport's run out of fuel.
Oh no!
He's behind him.
This is going to be an absolute run for it. I don't think he will.
No, he's just not far enough.
Oh no!
Oh, man.
And that's frustrating. But the Zippo finishes in P8. Is Alsan Senegal about to come through the final couple of corners? Those yellow flags will be completely ignored because they're not important right now.
Yeah, Smelly Badger getting a lot of time penalties, moving him all the way back to 9th position. I think Alsan will get 10th.
Yeah, he's three or 4 seconds ahead. Yeah, it might be interesting. I don't know yet. Blasmac getting a 3-second time penalty. We'll have a look at that in a minute. But there it is. By the looks of it right now, we're just waiting for that little icon pop up on Blasmac's inside. Yeah, he has. By the looks of it, the Sauber team have bookended the top 10 with T. Jonas in 1st and Alsan Senegal in 10th. And what a brilliant race that was. We hardly saw him.
Yeah, very true. No, well controlled from the front of the field. And he just didn't really have that many problems this race. He just, as soon as he pitted, kept it clean on the soft tyres, which I think he went to for the second stint, and just kind of held his own pace, and just walked away with the win. Very good driving from him.
Well, yes, a brilliant win from T. Jonas, who we didn't see. Matey Boy up on the podium, and the same with Farfborough. Farfborough becoming a regular up there, and that brings T. Jonas slightly further ahead in the championship. Havlaw, who is a good friend of mine, is starting to do very well to this season. He's having a good run, I think, this season, isn't he?
Yeah, it's like his 3rd win this season.
3rd win this season, twice in a row now.
Yeah, that's very good. No, it looks like he's doing what he needs to at the top of the table to keep on top there.
All right, so here's tonight's results pre any stewarding that needs to be done. T. Jonas in P1 ahead of Matey Boy in P2, Farfborough in P3 finishing where he started, and Blood and Sands in P4, Linnell finishing where he started in P5, and Icebolt in P6, the Devil's Armpit finishing where he started in P7, and Zippo in P8 from P19 is a brilliant run. Smelly Badger in P9 ahead of Alsan Senegal, picking up the last point. Then Blasmac was the last finisher, then the Pirate was a lap down, Diabouche finished also a lap down in P13. The DNFs were Widelow Billy, Spark Bobster, Balti, and Gamey Things. And that was a dramatic race, if I don't say so myself. So, what's your score with that out of 10? What was your score?
That was a quite good race. Definitely at the start. I reckon around 7 or an 8. It had quite a few moments where we didn't really know where to look because there was so much going on. Quite a few spectacular crashes and quite a lot of people getting it wrong, especially on turns like turn 2. Overall, a very interesting race.
It definitely was interesting. So, next week in GP2, we'll be heading over to Silverstone, the home of SFR, and we'll be seeing a brilliant race around my personal favourite Formula 1 track ever. I love that track, and I can't wait to see the cars go around it for the first time in Season 3. AJ, any lasting words you say before you run down and get into a car?
I hope the Force India has some sort of pace tomorrow.
Well, there we go.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, so thank you, AJ, for joining us, and thank you everyone who's joined us in the chat. We will be, if you're not joining us for premiere, which will be the stream straight after this one, once I've been downstairs and got a drink, then I'll see you next week if you're joining us for GP2. If you're not joining us, then have a nose around our channel. If you're not going to join us for one of the streams, we do have a video of Formula Classics, which was rather entertaining to do. I raced in it. Hello. I'll see you later, though, guys. So, thank you, AJ. I'll let you run down to the pits, and I will turn off the stream. See you guys.
Bye.